for the take the time.
Oh.
Guru Maharaj is very dear devotee. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Sorry.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Bless me that I am able to say whatever I can, whatever my Guru said, whatever Srila Prabhupada said, the Guru Parampara has said, that I should not say anything that is offensive or wrong, and that I should be able to at least purify myself by speaking today, that you have given me a chance to speak. And today we are celebrating one of the sweetest pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, In our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, this is very, very special. This is called the Panihati Chiradahi festival or the Danda Mahotsav. Danda means punishment. So it's also called the festival of punishment. What does it mean? It commemorates the mercy of that Lord Chaitanya gave upon Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, who later became one of the 6 Goswamis. So if you see on the altar on the right side, the 6 Goswamis are there, and one of them is Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. And of course, we all know that Gaur Nitai, Gaura is Lord Chaitanya, who is Chief Krishna himself, who came down to Bengal, to Navadvip, some more than 540 years ago, and he is Krishna himself. And with him along came Nitai, Nityananda, and he is none other than Lord Balaram. So we have them with the Panchatattva. They are the Panchatattva. We have Advaita Gosai. The Panchatattva picture you see there, we have Advaita Goswami, we have Nityananda, then Gaurachand, the Lord Chaitanya, then Gadadhar Prabhu and Srivas. Advaita Acharya is an expansion of Mahavishnu, is an incarnation of Mahavishnu, and Gadadhar is Srimati Radharani's incarnation, and Srivas is of Narad Muni. So the pastime, the Chiradahi festival, what does it teach us? Okay, the first thing it teaches us is the necessity of Guru's mercy. Okay, that is very important. The second thing is humility and surrender. That also. And then the third thing is service to devotees. And the fourth is the power of prasadam, distribution of prasadam. That is what is the power is. And how the mercy, it descends through the parampara, the disciplic succession. So how it is. So who was this Raghunath Das Goswami? 1 minute. How much time do I have?
4:45.
What time? What time till?
Maybe 5:20.
5:20.
35 minutes from now.
Okay. Who was Raghunath Das Goswami? And Raghunath Das Goswami was born in a very rich Zamindar family. He had everything. There was nothing that was wanting for him. But right from his young age, he had no attraction for material things. And his only desire was that he wanted to be associated with Lord Chaitanya. He heard a lot about him and he wanted to be associated with him. And many a time he tried to leave his house, but his father, through his guards and his people, he somehow brought him back. So every time he was not succeeding in that. And by this, what does this teach us? It teaches us that spiritual advancement is not achieved merely by our own determination. We need the mercy. We need mercy of the devotees, the pure devotees. And despite being sincere, Raghunath could not get close to Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, until he received the mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So sometimes, we think, I am chanting, I am serving, why am I not advancing? We all think, right? The answer is this, lies that in we have to develop a deeper dependence on the mercy of devotees and the Lord rather than our own abilities. Okay, that is what we have to remember. And when Raghunath Das Goswami heard that Lord Nityananda had come to Panihati, he was there staying on the bank of the river Ganges. So normally that's why everywhere we do, in Panihati of course the Ganges flows next, very close. So the Panihati festival is held, it is today everywhere. Even in India it was celebrated today. So like that we also have a river I think flowing close by. So he went there. But he was very humble. He did not go directly to approach him. He stood far away and he was looking at Lord Nityananda and just going and keeping his eyes closed and praying. And then Nityananda Prabhu, he knows everything. So he saw him from far and he said, "Oh, you thief, come here." "What thief? Because you're trying to avoid me. I shall punish you today," Lord Nityananda said. And everyone laughed. Why thief? They were wondering. Then the Acharyas, they explained that Raghunath had tried to approach Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly before taking shelter of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Who is Lord Nityananda? He represents the Guru Tattva. He is our Guru is a direct representation of Lord Nityananda. So the lesson we learn from here is that we cannot jump over the Guru or spiritual master and reach Krishna. We need to go to our Guru. So Srila Prabhupada often taught us, Guru is the transparent via media. Okay, and through the disciplic succession, through him, the mercy flows to us. And Nityananda's punishment was very unique. Normally punishment we think, it is something very difficult and something we are made to work for, like that, right? So what was it? When Nityananda Prabhu told him, "Feed all my devotees chipped rice and yogurt, dahi, chira dahi." Raghunath Das Goswami's joy knew no bounds. He jumped up in joy and he said, "Oh, that's so wonderful." And so he had all the resources also, so he could do it. He got together so much of fruits, and the main things were yogurt, chira, bananas, milk, sugar, ghee, and camphor, edible camphor. So there were two main preparations of that. One is chira mixed with yogurt, and other was chira mixed with condensed milk and sweet ingredients. The condensed milk was not the one we buy in tins now. It used to be then nicely concentrated and made and very nicely from the pure cow's milk. So, but then we can imagine that is that and away. So then the punishment. So what we learn from this is the punishment of the devotee is service. Here, you see how punishment can be a service. Isn't that wonderful? So whenever we get service, and if we think it is a punishment, it is okay. Because it is service, we are getting, and we get purified that way. So service should not be considered a burden. Okay? Service is always mercy. Yes, sometimes we may like to do the service we are given, sometimes we may not like it. But even if we don't like it, we should still do it because it is coming through the disciplic succession, through the devotees. So in some way, we are connected there from Lord Krishna to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, the Panchatattva, and then the 6 Goswamis and us. Okay? We should think the more responsibility Krishna gives us, the more mercy he is offering. I remember Srila Prabhupada and Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Once Tamal Krishna Maharaj went to Prabhupada and complained, "Prabhupada, I have too much service. I have temple service, I have the book distribution service, I have the prasadam service, I have too much." And Prabhupada then looked at him and said, "Okay, then you add on one more thing, do the temple cleaning also." So Tamal Krishna Maharaj just looked at him but accepted it. So that's how it is. So we should accept whatever the service as not as a burden but as a mercy. And the Raghunath Das did not directly serve Krishna. Okay, he served Krishna's devotees. So this is a very profound thing. This is what we should aim for. Not that we want to directly approach Krishna, Radha, Krishna for everything. No, we have to approach them through the parampara. And now in our temples we have the mercy of Lord Gaur Nitai, and mostly in all temples we have Gaur Nitai. Then we have Radha Krishna, whatever deity forms, and we have sometimes Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Sudarshan Chakra, or Sita Ram Lakshman, Hanuman, Narasimhadev of course we have, but we should approach like my Guru Maharaj always says that he goes to Juhu temple or whichever temple and he sees that everyone is rushing like a bee to the Radha Ras Bihari deities or Sita Ram Lakshman, and Gaur-Nitai there's nobody coming. So he used to go, he went and he kept telling them in the temple itself when he gave classes, he said, you should first approach Gaur-Nitai, then you should go to Radha Krishna. Without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, you won't get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Without the mercy of Chaitanya Prabhu, you won't get the mercy of Radharani. And without the mercy of Srimati Radharani, you won't get the mercy of Krishna. So that's how it goes. So we all have to remember that when we are going to the temple. Okay, and Nityananda Prabhu could easily have asked him to perform very heavy austerities. Instead, he said, you cook, you organize and distribute prasadam, serve the Vaishnavas. So, this is more, you would say, more than a punishment, it was a blessing. And he knew that the quickest way we can achieve the mercy is to serve by serving devotees. How do we encourage devotees? We feed devotees. We get them also involved in the service. Okay, and we can help in devotional programs. We can help set up, like beautiful altar was set up by all these wonderful devotees here, the ladies, and the tents were set up by all the Prabhus, and so each one takes up whatever they are able to, and so many have made the bhoga for offering. Now we are going to offer wonderful bhoga in lovely pots, so that is there. And see, many devotees say, I'm not qualified to give class. Even I used to say that, I still say that, but what to do? When it comes to it, when it comes as a seva, we have to do it. But if you can't do, you're very shy or something, you can welcome the guests, do that, or you can cook prasadam and bring, or you can clean the temple, you can do preaching activities, do the book distribution. So, all these can attract the mercy of the pure devotees and thereby go up the ladder right up to Krishna. Okay, and during this festival, when he was serving the devotees, Chira and Dahi, he gave them 2 pots. Okay, and Nityananda Prabhu invoked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come there. But this only few devotees could see. Not everyone could see Lord Chaitanya. So what everyone could mostly see was that Lord Nityananda was taking a ball of the Chira Dahi from one pot and he was putting in the mouth of Lord Chaitanya, but nobody could see Lord Chaitanya, so it was going in the air. And then one ball was coming in the air to Lord Nityananda. So this game, this pastime of them, they were enjoying, Lord Chaitanya, but some very pure devotees who were there could even see that. So we know that he was also present. So we should understand that where there is service, where there is kirtan, where we have the association of Vaishnavas, devotees, where prasadam is being served, Krishna is personally there. So we have to realize that he is there in all these. When we are chanting the name of Krishna in this Kali Yuga, there is no difference between Krishna and his name. And as we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Krishna is dancing on our tongue. That is what Prabhupada said. So we should always remember. And sometimes people ask, where can I find Krishna? So find in devotees serving together, and there Krishna is already there. We don't have the qualification, the eyes, to see Krishna, but he is there. Okay? And then what happened the next day? Raghunath, he begged Lord Nityananda, so please bless me so I can attain the shelter of Lord Chaitanya. So Nityananda Prabhu was really very happy with what all he did. So he put his lotus foot on his head on Raghunath's head and blessed him. And all the obstacles that were there, which was hindering him from approaching Lord Chaitanya, disappeared. And Lord and Raghunath Das went to Jagannath Puri where Lord Chaitanya was and joined him. And then afterwards, see, so we understand that one moment of genuine mercy, it can accomplish what for years he was trying. So many ways he tried, but he couldn't. But just the mercy of Lord Nityananda, he could get the mercy. So we understand that gateway to Lord Chaitanya is Lord Nityananda. So the gateway to Krishna is Guru. Guru is the gateway. So, and to advance spiritually, what is the gateway? Humility. We have to be really humble. Don't consider ourselves whatever we may be, no designations. Like Lord Chaitanya said, servant of the servant of the servant. And Danda, it is called Danda Mahotsav. This punishment festival was not actually a punishment. It was a mercy. And Nityananda, what did he do? Lord Prabhu, he converted his wealth. Raghunath Das Goswami's wealth was material, but he used it. How? In the service, making, buying bhoga for the prasad. And then he converted possession into devotion. So, Raghunath Das Goswami, he had possessed so much. But then all that turned into devotion. And his pride, that if at all he had any pride, that became humility. And his desire, he just wanted to surrender. Nothing else he wanted. He surrendered to Lord Nityananda, and that way Lord Nityananda gave him the mercy to attain Lord Chaitanya. So we celebrate this festival as a festival of mercy rather than punishment. Okay? So what do we take away from this thing, the festival? Mercy comes through Guru, through Vaishnavas, to pure devotees. And Raghunath reached Mahaprabhu only through Nityananda Prabhu. And when one is humble, that attracts mercy. When one is humble, the pure devotees are attracted, Krishna is attracted. And though Raghunath Das stood far away, considering himself unqualified, Lord Nityananda Prabhu recognized his humility. And his breakthrough was the service he did for the devotee. That was made him close to Lord Nityananda. And the powerful preaching by distributing prasadam, and they were all singing Kirtan of Gaur Nitai, Hari Bol. So it was wonderful, and like Guru Maharaj says that people, it was so, in those days there was no Facebook, no nothing, no advertisements. Just the message went, Mahotsav, Mahotsav, Chiradahi Mahotsav. Everyone came from all over. They crossed the Ganges. Even some came in boats. There was no place in the boat. They came swimming. And then they all took the prasadam did not fall short. It was more and more. And they all took their pots, and wherever they could find, you could only see black. Guru Maharaj says, you could see black heads only. You couldn't see anyone because there were so many people, and Ganges got full with people standing up to their waist length or even hip length in water. So that was the mercy they all got. So it is not a historical festival. It is a living event that happened and continues to happen. And even now we have the temple there in Panihati where this is celebrated, and thousands, lakhs of people come every year in Bengal for this festival. So this is a living example of how to approach Krishna through the Guru and remain humble. So only by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, what was impossible became possible for Raghunath Das Goswami. So let us all pray O Lord Nityananda, please place your lotus feet upon our heads as you did for Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, so that we may become sincere servants of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru and the Vaishnavas. Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Hari Hari Bol. So how much time do I have?
Till 5:30, Mataji.
5:30?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, and any questions before that? Anyone has any questions? No.
Yeah, so the matter is kind of related to this, but it's like related kind of to the Mahabharata also. So you know when Krishna showed his universal form to Duryodhana, how come he didn't get purified? Because Krishna's form and Krishna's name is like the same thing, right? It's equivalent. So how come Duryodhana still couldn't see the reason not to conduct the war?
See, that is, she's asking why Duryodhana couldn't see the universal form of Krishna and be attracted to it. Why he didn't recognize Krishna. That is because he was not qualified. He was full of ahankar and he was very egoistic, and he considered Krishna to be an ordinary person. So even the gigantic form did not, rather he was fearful of it, but he was not attracted to it. He was only wanting to show that he was everything. And that even, you know that when these two one sat at the feet of Krishna and Duryodhana sat at the head. So Krishna only saw Arjuna and first told him, you decide who you want, me or my army. So you see that we have examples, living examples in people, us also. See, everyone wants to say that, see Krishna, but they don't see that in this age of Kali, it's very difficult for us to see Krishna in the way we want to see it. We can only see him and perceive him through the holy name. That is why Nama Sankirtan is the only way. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam, kalau nastyaiva, nastyaiva, nastyaiva gatiranyatha. It is said in these 16 words that Hare Krishna Mahamantra that we chant is the only way we can get close to Krishna and we can see Krishna. Or rather, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our great founder Acharya, he said, you should not want to see Krishna, you should want Krishna to see you. That should be your desire. So if that be the case, then this is the way. Chant his holy name like Raghunath Das did, be humble, serve the devotees in whatever way, in the temple, in your center, wherever you can, and that way you will realize Krishna. Okay, did that help?
Yeah, I was just wondering, is the reason that Raghunath Das Goswami was punished, was it because he wanted to approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly, and Nityananda Prabhu wanted to make the point to him, you can't go to Mahaprabhu without going through me.
Right.
And as that punishment, you must cook for everyone.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So that was a wonderful punishment he got. So, I mean, Nityananda Prabhu is an avadut. So he can do whatever he wants. And so he knew that this way Lord Chaitanya will also be pleased, will be happy, because he's serving the devotees. That's what Lord Chaitanya wants. So that's what it is from.
I was speaking with Mukesh Prabhu earlier today, and the wife of Mukesh, and she was saying that 500,000 people attend this festival. She's gone.
Yeah.
She
She's
hasn't
attended.
attended.
She's from Navadvip.
Yes, she's the real deal.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah, her mother.
500,000 people.
Where is her mother? There. Yes, Prabhu. It's amazing. like we have the Advaita, the festival of in the Govinda Dwadashi. We have which for Advaita Acharya, which there also we have like this. In India, it is very easy to have 500,000 people. Very easy. So it's like that.
We're also hearing that Raghunath Das Goswami's renunciation was such that he only slept 1.5 hours a day. And he would say 1,000 dandavats. Was it 1,000 dandavats? And what else? 1,000 to the Lord and 2,000 dandavats to the Vaishnavas. So how can you have time to sleep if you're paying 3,000 dandavats every day?
Yes, yes, that's true. These Goswamis were of a different caliber, and even our group and Sanatan Prabhu, they were wonderful, big Prime Minister and Finance Minister in the Nawab Shah's government, and they left everything and went to take shelter of, because Lord Chaitanya wanted them. He wanted them. They are the ones, because of them only we know of the temples in Vrindavan. He resurrected, rather you should say, the temples in Vrindavan, and gave us all the information that we have about the temples. So we have to really be thankful. And they were such looking very simple. They never had any house of their own. 3 to 3 they used to live like that and go. They were really like that. So I don't know if you all have this song, Nittai Pada Kamala. You can open that. You have that in your phone, in the Vaishnava songs.
Mataji, he has question.
So, just to share, banyan tree under which this villa happened, it's still there, so it's like opposite to my house, it's just beside the Ganges.
Opposite your house.
Yeah, in
Very
Bengal.
good. See, very good.
So, and it's filled up, like there's a steamer you call which crosses the Ganges, and there are people hanging at it. Everybody wants to go there. Very close to that place is called Raghav Pandit's house. You know Raghav Pandit's house. So you know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu resides eternally in 4 places, right? Sochi Mata's Randan, and then Siva's Angan, right? Where in Siva's Angan where Sankirtan took place, and then Nityananda Nartan in dance of Nityananda Mahaprabhu, and then is Raghav Bhavan. So Raghav Pandit's house is very close to the Leela Sthal. So it was very easy for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come from there to here. So it's outside this material world, that place. It's very nice. Anybody who wants to go, please go. People go to Mayapur, they don't go to Paniyati.
Yes.
But I don't know, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, if you know, he wanted to set up Paniyati as the second big spot for ISKCON. So it's a very nice place. Everybody please go and visit the Paniyati Dham. Also Mataji, after this Leela where Nityananda Prabhu said that he will get Gauranga, but did he get Gauranga when he went to Puri?
I think he did.
But actually Mahaprabhu then gave him to work under Swarup Damodar. So devotees, all importance is of the devotees. You can't approach the Lord, as Mataji rightly pointed out. We don't approach the Lord. It is only through devotees that we can get. And these associations are wonderful way that we can serve each other and try to attain. We can't attain Krishna directly, unfortunately. But Krishna gets pleased only we have devotees. Even Lord Chaitanya did not give himself. He said, you work under Swarup Damodar, and then Swarup Damodar's Kripa, then he got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
That's how we also know, through Guru.
Yeah.
So we have to approach Guru, and through his mercy we will get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. Okay? So then, can we sing the bhajan?
I've shared in the general group.
You shared in the general group also, she has shared it. So she I am ISKCON Mississauga General Group also. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala Jai Jai Jagat Jurai Jai Jagat Jurai Nitai dine bhai Radha Krishna pai ke nai Bheda kori dharo nitai pai Kori dharo nitai pai Shesham vandanahi jar Mrita janma gelo kai Pashu bada dhurata Pashu bada dhurata Nitai na boli lomkhe Majhi no samsara sukhe Vidya kule ki kori beta Ahankara mata hoya Nitai pada pasariya Asatye re satya kori Nitai karuna पद सदा करो নিতাই পদ সদা করো আশা নরতম বড় দুঃখী নিতাই মোরে করো সুখী রাখো রঙ্গা চরণের পাশা রাখো রঙ্গা চরণের পাশা Hare Krishna